Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today, I will be welcoming yet another founding member of the Groundlings. She is the aunt of frequent guest and friend Terry Bolo. Her name is Gloria Vassy. She was there with Terry all the way at the beginning when the Groundlings was just Gary Austin's workshop in a little warehouse, and they were the Comedy Store Players. And she's coming on the show today to talk about how the Groundlings evolved and persevered and is now, to this day, still one of the prominent improv and sketch groups in Hollywood, California. And I can't wait. I've heard so much about Gloria, and I'm just excited to have her on the show today to talk about the history of the Groundlings and all the early stuff that they had to endure. I'm very fascinated with sketch comedy, especially how sketch and improv comedy groups form and stuff. So, here is my interview with Gloria Vassy.
Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Gloria. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I am just wonderful today. It's such an honor to be interviewing Terry's wonderful aunt that I've heard so much about.
Yeah, I used to change her diapers, and then we were in the Groundlings together.
That's so awesome. Oh, my God. I appreciate you taking the time today, so thank you.
Oh, that's fine. I love talking about the Groundlings.
Oh, well, I love the Groundlings, especially from your era. And
Did you see our shows back in the 70s?
Oh, no, that was way before my time, but I got to watch, the Pee Wee Herman stage show and John Paragon's Showtime special, and I get to see, just a taste of what went on,
Oh, they were just beyond, those two. I mean, people were screaming when they'd be on the stage. They were so funny.
Yeah. So long before you two became founding members of the Groundlings, what was your career trajectory? Did you always want to be a performer early on?
I was always a living room performer.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I never took it really seriously. And my friend Denny Johnston, who's a stand-up comic, he used to perform at the Comedy Store.
Right.
And Gary Austin, would have classes there. And he told Gary about me, and then he told me about Gary, and he said, you really should just go and see if you like it or whatever. And I went one night, and I was hooked. I just got right up on the stage and started doing it. It was like falling off a log. It was so easy.
Yeah. Wow.
And then I told Terry about it, and Terry got in there, too. Back in those days, you just walked in and said, I want to be in this group. And you were in, It was it was phenomenal, and everybody was talented. It was amazing.
Yeah.
We're all still friends. Every one of us is still, very close,
Yeah, that's that. You guys had a real camaraderie that's missing in today's entertainment.
I think so, because we were together almost every single night. You could go to as many classes as you wanted, or you could just sit there and observe. And everybody was, we all got along. It was just magical. It really was. It really was. And we were the first ones to wear costumes. We would do characters, and we would be in costume, and that was like a big plus for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody. In fact, I don't even think there were any improv groups around there except for Second City, and I don't even know if they were here yet.
Yeah,
we were the toast of the town in the 70s, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the Second City was in Chicago and Canada back then, mostly. But yeah, I was a living room performer, too. I used to make my own costumes. We had my grandfather's clothes, his best dinner suits and stuff that I used to put on and just entertain the family with after dinner.
Oh, how fun. those are fun times, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you don't even know that you're developing something. You know, that's me too. You just never know. I was always doing characters and going out and being some kind of character, and but I didn't know what I was doing. I just thought, people do this, And then I met Gary Austin, and that was it. It was just perfect. Miss him. I can't tell you how much I miss him. It's awful that he's not here.
Yeah, I mean, he really made your lives.
Yeah, and I think like these new kids that are in the Groundlings going through it and making their living or whatever, they really don't know anything about him. Actually, they know that he started it and everything, but it was just that feeling of being there at the beginning and getting to know him, and it was just amazing, absolutely amazing. Now you have to go through all these, you have to audition and go through all these different phases and writing and blah, 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 and then, if you're lucky, you get in the Sunday company, and then if you're lucky from there, go, somebody into the group, but it wasn't that hard when we started out.
Yeah, it's weird how hard it is today, and just about everything in entertainment, not just that, but everything. It's really strange. I think the internet made it really hard, to get into things.
Well, I became a costumer for commercials, and I would work with different people, and one of them, a couple would say, "Oh, I'm in the Groundlings. I'm taking classes at the Groundlings." And I said, "Oh, well, I was a founding member." Well, you did practically fall on the ground. It's like you're some kind of queen or something. It's like, it's amazing how much that means to these younger kids that you started that,
Mm-hmm.
And, I never even think about it, but it's just like a big deal to people.
Yeah. I was curious, what side of the family are you and Terry related?
Mother. Her mother was my sister.
Oh, okay. And you grew up in Detroit?
Uh-huh. Yep.
When did you meet Kin Vassy?
When I moved to Terry and her mother and family moved to Arizona, and I went with him, and I worked in this coffee house in Scottsdale called the Baba Kibery, which means between two heads in Indian. And he came in one night, the hoot night or whatever.
Yeah.
And he started singing, and I called my sister immediately. I said, "You've got to come down here. You've never heard anybody in your life sing like this." And that's how I met him. And then we had a little folk group for a while before he joined the Back Porch Majority.
Oh.
He came here to be in the Back Porch with Randy Sparks. And they were like if somebody left the new Christian Minstrel, someone from the Back Porch Majority was supposed to take their place, but if they just stayed their own group, and they were terrific too, just absolutely amazing. I've had a great life with, getting to meet all these musicians and singers, and like John Denver and Michael Johnson, and before they became stars, I mean, they used to sing at Ledbetter's where Back Porch performed. And, it's just amazing that, Steve Martin, I mean, my God, it was like, I knew Steve Martin before anybody knew him. But it was pretty fun, a lot of fun.
There's Steve Martin back when he had black hair.
Yeah, right. He was always very sweet and very nice, always.
Mm-hmm.
Guy.
Ledbetter's eventually became the Comedy Store in Westwood.
I think so. I'm not sure. I kind of lost track of all of that. But Randy is now, got people that used to sing for him here and there, and he's traveling around as the new Christy Minstrels again. So, that seems to be going well for him.
Mm-hmm. So did you sing?
Yeah, I sing. In fact, I was the first one to improvise a song with the Groundlings, and I used to open the show with an improvise. They would take a line from the audience, and I would come out and link up the song to it right then and there. And that was kind of scary, but it was easy. I don't know. It just came easy to me. And it was just, I can't even explain what it was like. We only had, I think, 30, 35 seats in the Oxford. Mm-hmm. And we used to be packed, and they'd be sitting on the floor, and it was just, too much. And that's how Lorraine got discovered. Lily Tomlin, wait a minute, let me figure this out. Mm-hmm. Lauren Michaels heard about us and came to see us, and he brought Lily, and Lily put Lorraine on her television series, and Lauren saw her, and that's how she got on Saturday Night Live. She was the first Groundling to be on Saturday Night Live. Now, I think, I don't even know most of these kids now, but a lot of the newer Groundlings are on Saturday Night Live. They've been, over the years, they've come from there.
Oh, yeah. I have
Julia Sweeney, and Phil Hartman, who was just unbelievably talented, John Lovitz. It's amazing how many people came out of the Groundlings.
Will Ferrell, Sherry O'Terry, Will Forte, lots of people. And a lot of people from Second City, too.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know any of those people. I knew Phyllis Katz. She was in, early in the Second City in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And she's now a master teacher over at the Groundlings and puts on her own shows and things. She's a very extremely talented woman. Mm-hmm.
So you were going to the Comedy Store, and Gary Austin was doing his workshop there, and that's how you found out?
No, Denny Johnston, my friend, was a comic,
right.
And he would perform at the Comedy Store, and he saw that Gary was doing this class, and he told Gary about me, and he told me about Gary, and I thought, I'll go check it out. I never went to the Comedy Store in those days. I don't know why. Just never got there.
Yeah.
That's how I started with Gary, and then he had another workshop in this little theater on Vermont called the Cellar Theater, and from there we went to the Oxford, which is near Santa Monica and Oxford, and then somebody went by the Groundlings Theater now that was one big huge room that used to be a massage parlor, and we built the theater there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was just one big room, and all of us just got together, and we built that theater. Archie Hahn was the main person to design it and everything, but we all had a part in decorating it and putting it together. So that's something else to be proud of too,
Of course, Archie Hahn is a genius.
Genius, yeah, he really is. He really is.
Terry told me you guys were in a warehouse that didn't have chairs; it had pillows on the ground.
Right. Yeah, that was what was the name of that street? I can't remember the name of the street, but it was in West LA. Mm-hmm. It was just this huge warehouse, and we just sat on the floor and had our class. That was after the Oxford, where we were looking for places to perform, to have classes. And I can't remember the name of it. Granville. It was on Granville and Pico, I think. Yeah. Mm-hmm. In West LA.
And Gary had just left the committee by that point. Was he bitter at all?
About leaving the committee?
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I don't think so, because he started to do what he really wanted to do, and that was, form his own company, and look what became of it. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
It's just, he should have written books about it, but he didn't.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'm sure people have, or they're attempting to.
Mhm. A lot of them are. I think Phyllis Tracy Newman wrote a book about strong improvisation. I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure, they were doing it at one time.
Yeah.
But everybody, was doing viola bowl, and that's where all the training came from. With her exercises. That's how what Gary started with. And then, of course, he developed his own things, but we all started with the viola bowl and rules and whatever.
Mm-hmm. And so he wanted to form a company right away and stuff, and so he just, anybody who came to the class, he just made a part of the company?
Yeah, that's exactly how it was. Wow. And then the ones that, if you couldn't cut the mustard, as they say, they would fall by the wayside. But most of the people were just so talented that, it was unbelievable. And it was the right time because nothing like that was happening,
Mm-hmm. Did you have any idea that you were right in the middle of a comedy revolution?
I had no idea. Absolutely no idea. And it was like, they would come and review us every week. We were reviewed in the Times and the Variety and with the Reporter. I mean, everybody used to come and see us. And we'd say, we got a new review. But none of us really thought anything of, that we were going to be famous, or the Groundlings would be famous, not just, not us. But yeah. And then when Saturday Night Live came along is when it really hit everybody that, when Lorraine joined, that it was something, we were really something.
Yeah, was everybody happy for Lorraine when she got it?
Of course. We missed her because she's a genius, but of course everybody was happy for her. And it did a lot of good for the publicity for the Groundlings too, for Gary to get new students and stuff. So it all worked out. She was only like in her early 20s when she got it.
Yeah, she was young.
It was something else.
Yeah, and going back to the camaraderie thing, it seems like in those days too there was a lot less envy and jealousy between the performers.
Yes, because we were all different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the only thing people would complain about was, so somebody got, one more scene than I did, and how come I'm not in this? How come I'm not? That stuff like that petty stuff. But I was just thankful to be there.
Mm-hmm.
To be in the show. It was like an honor. But the most when we performed, we improvised. Most of the stuff we did was improvised. And then the set scenes, we would say they were set scenes, that we rehearsed. But most of it was all improv.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, everyone's writing more now, on paper and stuff.
And Gary's wife, Wendy, has carried on his class. And every once in a while, the Groundlings will have an open night, and and she can put on a show with the people that that are still in the classes, and they're still pretty good because she's following Gary's tradition of total improv, and they've done they've done well with their shows.
Yeah, and this was like right at the end of Vietnam, comedy was getting so much more irreverent and counterculture than it had before. National Lampoon was very popular at that time.
We never did anything political.
Yeah.
It just didn't work with the kind of work we were doing. And, who wants to come see a comedy show and hear about wars and the president and whatever?
Yeah.
It was everywhere else, but we kept that off the stage. It just, it wasn't funny, number one,
Yeah.
Watergate was going on when we were at the Oxford.
Yeah. Were you there when they did the controversial Easter sketch?
I don't know, what was that? I can't remember.
Oh my God. Okay, Lynn Stewart told me this. they did this really controversial Easter sketch that Doug Cox wrote. It was it was a parody of The Last Supper, and
I must have been gone by then. Yeah,
yeah,
I wouldn't have been in it. I'm not. I couldn't do anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, she said it offended everybody who came to the show, and people were walking out. And backstage, Doug was saying, "Oh God, what happened? You know, I thought the sketch was great." And Phil Hartman put his arm around Doug's shoulder and said, "You can say all you want about Jesus' birthday, but don't fuck with the resurrection."
Yeah, that must have been after I left. I left in, I think, 76 or 77. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I just, I don't know why I left either.
Yeah.
I had a young daughter at the time, too, so I was probably putting more energy into her.
A lot of late nights and stuff.
My daughter used to be, she was 5 or 6 years old, and she would come to every class with me and come to every show and sit in the front row. And that's how she learned to improvise, by watching us.
Oh, did she become a performer too?
I'm sorry?
Did she become a performer too?
Well, she opted to go to college and get married and whatever. She's here right now. Now she's 51, I think. And all the people that were there then, they just still, remember Carla and can't believe that she's, an adult and a woman and a mother, and it's just amazing.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any characters
Gary, excuse me, but Gary was the type that, like I had a 6-year-old daughter, but it didn't matter to him if I brought her to classes or not, as long as I would come to class. That's how he was. If he had a kid or whatever, just bring them along, include them. And that was, nobody does that, you know?
Not these days, they don't.
And he had his daughter, too, Audrey, who was, I think, 4 or 5 years older than my daughter, but she would be there, too. So, it was like, just bring your family, and let them fall asleep in the theater, and that's what they did.
Wow. Did you have any characters that stood out?
I did a lot of characters, but my characters were just in, like, different kinds of scenes. It wasn't like a running character that would do the show every week. But I worked on characters, but I don't know. Somehow I never got them into any scenes or anything. I don't know. It was like, I can't explain it. I wasn't really into, like delving into that as much as I was with just, later years when I took Gary's classes. I was doing more character work.
Mm-hmm. Were you
way with more? You can get away with more when you're doing a character.
Yeah. Were you doing any impersonating, any impressions?
No, no. I did the singing, and there was this one scene that was Gary's favorite scene called Blair House, which was a restaurant scene. And Shirley Prestia and I, we kind of looked alike, and we wore dresses that, like black and white flowered prints, so that, and had our hair fixed the same, so we looked like twins. And we were sitting at this table. We were both like very staunch characters, and what was going on with the other table with Archie and whatever, and then we would react to that, and it was hilarious, just so much fun.
Oh.
In fact, they used that picture of me and her, or me and this guy Rod, as Tom Maxwell, who played the waiter. They use that picture a lot when they're doing articles on the Groundlings.
Mm-hmm. I've seen some black and white pictures from that time of you and Terry and a lot of the performers and stuff. You remind me so much of like a silent movie star.
Yeah, it was, I was difficult to place. Terry would say, Gloria, I don't know what to do with you. And that's all I've heard since I got in this business. Well, I don't know what to do with you. Well, okay. What am I supposed to do,
Yeah.
Break my nose? Yeah, I was totally avant-garde. And still am.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm going to be 80 years old next month.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You sure don't sound like an 80-year-old, I'll tell you.
Oh, of course not. I don't act like one either. But, and I had an illness and I had to drop out of classes for like a year now. But I hope to get back into one of these classes because I just miss working out. Mm-hmm. Even though we're not performing every week or whatever, it's just good to keep your mind sharp. To improvise.
Mm-hmm. So you left in like 76 or 77?
Yeah, around there. Mm-hmm.
I think in '89, the Groundlings had a show on Nickelodeon called On the Television.
That was George McGrath's show.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was his show. And I did that once. Phyllis had written a couple of scenes, and I was in that. But that show was terrific. Everybody got to work, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Got you a chance to do something, and it's all on YouTube now.
Yeah, I told Terry back in April when I was having lunch with her. I said, you guys should have had your own show in the 70s, like Saturday Night Live and Fridays, because the fact that the Pee Wee Herman...
Lauren Michaels started Saturday Night Live. I mean, that's what started it all.
Yeah.
But I don't, it's like, the most fun that we had in the Groundlings was the Gong Show. I mean, Chuck Barrett just loved us. And we think, my rent's due in about a week. We better go audition for the Gong Show. And I think I got on 3 or 4 times, and they were 4 days of it was amateur, but they had to do one day a week for union people. Mm-hmm. So Friday's show was all union, and they had to pay us.
Wow! So you got
even if we didn't get on. We got paid. So you knew even if you didn't get on, your rent would be paid, But, was that fun. Just so much fun.
The Gong Show.
Chuck Barris was a great guy. He really was.
I've heard so many stories about how nuts he was, though, with the stuff he came up with.
Oh, well, look what he came up with. I mean, the Gong Show and the Dating Game and all those things in the 70s. I mean, those were Newlyweds. I mean, those shows were hilarious,
Yeah.
He was brilliant. He really was. I don't know, did you ever see that movie with Sam, what's his name? Sam Rockwell playing him.
Oh, yeah, the George Clooney movie.
It's just terrific. It was just a great movie.
It was very accurate.
I have no idea. It's like Steve White, who was in the Groundlings. He knew Chuck back when he was doing, people be, where the hell is Chuck Barris? And he was like marching with Martin Luther King somewhere, That's the kind of guy he was. So who knows if he was in the CIA? I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been trying to get the Unknown Comic on here. He hasn't been very responsive. I'd like to ask him about...
Murray.
Yeah, Murray Langston.
Let me think. Tommy, I'll talk to Denny Johnston, because he still knows most of those comics, because he books a lot of shows and stuff. And I'll see if he can get a hold of him for you.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. You had a role in Pee Wee's Big Holiday.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, I was in the truck driving past.
Yeah.
There's a bag of groceries on top of your car. The only thing about Paul is he always tries to give his friend like a little role in his films. You know?
Yeah.
Even Doug Cox in that movie was like watering the lawn and goes, "Hi, Pee-wee," and that was it, you know.
Yeah.
We were in it. That was great. We had fun. It was fun.
Yeah, when I met Paul at a convention back in April, he was the sweetest man. I tell you, the sweetest man.
Yeah, he's very nice. He's very, very nice. And talk about talent. I mean, I don't know, did you see Mystery Men?
Yes.
I mean, can you believe what an actor he is? It's just, he just blows me away with his straight acting. I just can't, you know.
Oh.
Just amazing.
When he was in the Johnny Depp movie Blow, he was great.
Yeah, I mean, it just shocks me that, you know, because I'm so used to being crazy, that he's that great of a serious actor. Just amazing.
Well, he started out as a dramatic actor, and people told him that he was funny, so he decided to go try, you know, comedy.
Well, Gary's the one that said to him, hey, there was some guy that used to do the Comedy Store that was sort of like a Pee Wee Herman, and and Gary said, "Paul, you should do a character like that guy at the Comedy Store," and that's how Pee Wee came about. And he wore Gary's suit. Gary gave him that suit that he wore at the beginning, and it's supposed to end up in the Smithsonian. And I used to say that suit should be in the Smithsonian. Paul is an icon. That should be in the Smithsonian. And then when we were doing Gary's memorial, he announced that he heard that they were going to put the suit in there. So,
oh yeah,
I wish.
Oh yeah, Terry told me about the suit, the story and stuff.
And then he's, you know, as the years gone on, he's had the same exact fabric made, but modernized too, you know, like the times, you know, wasn't like the real tight, skinny 60s suit, but it still has that kind of look. But he would just have them made, you know, like for his films. Every film he would have just, you know, newer suits, but it always had that same look with the red bow tie and whatever.
Yeah. Well, Paul told me, because I was telling him that I know Terry and stuff, he told me about you and stuff, and he says that, you know, he just adores the both of you.
Oh, Paul said that?
Yeah.
Oh, how neat. Well, I adore him too.
Oh, yeah.
He's something else.
And Carol White.
Anyhow.
Carol White told me she adores you too.
Who?
Carol White.
Oh, Carol White. Oh, my God. Carol White. Talk about a talent. Oh, I was so sad when she left the Groundlings because she was just so original. I mean, there are certain people that are funny, you know, because they're funny. But Carol, she was like beyond, really. She was really unbelievable.
Yeah.
Characters she would come up with. And she's just brilliant. What can I say?
She's
absolutely brilliant.
She's just naturally funny. I mean,
she's just beyond naturally funny.
Yeah, her and I talked again a month ago, and she was just making me laugh. And she's just a really funny person.
Yep, she's great. Everybody was great.
Yeah. Did you see Carol's production of Harvey this summer?
No.
Yeah, she told me she had a great time with that. She felt like, you know, her father was in the original play and the movie.
Right.
She felt like she felt like he was with her. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. You know, why wouldn't he be?
Mm-hmm.
He was something else too. I watched like all the old Alfred Hitchcock, and he was on there a lot in the '60s. Jesse White. He's quite an actor, really good actor.
Yeah.
But people know him for being the washing machine guy. I can't even remember the name of it. The Maytag repairman. And he would just sit there because their Maytag never broke down. So he would just be sitting there waiting to do something in this commercial.
Yeah.
Back in Wendy's classes, probably in the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give myself till the end of the year. and then I'll start over again.
Ah, that's wonderful. Well, Gloria, thank you so much for coming on today. This was fun and amazing.
Oh, I had a great time. Thanks for asking me.
My pleasure. And
alrighty. Well, if you want to do it again sometime, let me know.
Oh, that would be great.
Is there anyone else you want to talk to that you can't get a hold of?
Oh, there's plenty of them. Yeah.
Well, I know them all, so, just send me a list, and I'll send them an email or something.
I certainly will, Gloria. And, I'm going to be coming out to L.A. in a couple of weeks for another convention.
Where do you live?
I live in Redding, California.
Oh, I thought you were in L.A. Okay.
I was supposed to be this summer, and it fell through, unfortunately.
Oh, well, things happen, and that means something better is on the way, so can't, take it to heart.
Yeah, but maybe I'll...
If it doesn't work out, something better's coming. So you have to realize.
Exactly. But, maybe, someday I'll meet you out there and stuff, but I'll be there September.
Terry and I will meet you for lunch.
Oh, yeah. I'm planning on going to visit her at her shop while I'm down there in a couple of weeks.
I won't even go in there.
Oh, I'll tell you something.
No, I'm not into like, Sharon Tate's bra or McCain Mansfield's car or whatever. I mean, it's just horrible for me.
I
but she loves it. She works there and she's making, having a ball. She loves it.
I got bad post-traumatic stress disorder when I saw Jane Mansfield's car because I had a car accident 4 years ago, and oh
my God,
it was bad. And she forgot she forgot to warn me about it too.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why anybody would want to see it. That just I don't understand that in people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why tragedy means so much to them. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me.
I know it doesn't mean that to me either, but But yeah, so I'll get to meet you out there someday, and we'll figure it out.
Well, keep in touch, okay, Tommy?
I sure will, Gloria. You have yourself a great day.
I will, and you too, and thanks for calling.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Gloria Vassy. Ain't she a sweetheart? Strong. That's what she is. She is a strong woman who is going out there and persevering and kicking ass every time. And it's no wonder where Terry gets her awesomeness from, because she has an awesome aunt. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, add me as a friend on Facebook, join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.